Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Kalika and you're going to be nicer to tech support after watching this video. $300 well spent. I work as a tech in higher education. Dealing with faculty on the regular can be somewhat frustrating at times, but this one was a real head scratcher. Last summer, we moved the humanities department from one building to another due to a renovation. After the renovation was finished and we moved these instructors back to their new offices, one of them threw a ticket in claiming we switched to a new compact computer with an old Dell computer and provided pictures to prove it. First of all, we stopped deploying compacts and HPs in 2010 when we made the jump to Windows 7, coupled with an OEM switch. Secondly, the asset tags in both of her before and after photos matched. She also refuses us entry into her office if she's not there, but refuses to come in before 7 PM when IT goes home at 6. We tried to point out that the computer was not swapped, pointed to the mass move spreadsheet her dean put together for the renovation with the asset ID on it, that matched her photos. The only difference was that because her new desk was smaller, we had to lay the computer horizontally with the monitor sitting on top, rather than standing vertically next to the monitor. She also claimed we swapped out her monitor, keyboard and external speakers with old antiquated models from the 1990s, even though you can clearly see that they all matched in her before and after photos. She ignored our email for 2 weeks, and we closed the ticket due to no response. This resulted in a scathing email asking us why we refused to bring back her old computer and how can we justify taking taxpayer money for our salaries. So I get permission to work an hour of overtime to meet this woman and figure out what the hell she's on about. Before I left, I printed out the sign-out sheet she signed, say that 10 times, when we gave her the computer in 2015 with the make and model and serial of the computer she had signed out. I get to her office and show her that everything matches. The asset tags in the photos, the serial numbers match with her entry in our inventory, as well as the computer sign-out sheet that she signed when the computer was originally deployed to her office. I ask her if she's missing files, or if her desktop doesn't look right when she logs in. Nope. Apparently when we were moving 20 plus faculty after hours in one night, we also had the time to export and import her profile and all her files onto this old computer. I said, I don't know what else to tell you. This is the computer you had before the renovation. She tells me to get out of her office, and she'll make do with the garbage we gave her. I got back to my office, document everything, included a few pictures I took when I was in her office on the ticket for posterity, and closed it. I gave my boss a heads up. The woman has attempted to grieve IT in the past for self-inflicted wounds, and had a laugh over a beer later. A few months later, the computer in her office is due for a life cycle upgrade. So we created a ticket asking her to start organising her files so we can transfer them over at the time of the upgrade. We got an angry response from her saying she doesn't want anyone from IT near her office as we all conspired to gaslight her back in January and continued correspondence attempts will be considered criminal harassment. I kicked the ticket up to my manager who contacted her dean along with copies of all her other tickets showing a complete refusal to work with IT whenever she has a problem. The dean was sympathetic to her plight and told us she'd take care of it. Got a response from the instructor a few days later saying that after speaking to the dean, she'd like to take advantage of the technology opt-out program in which the college pays her $300 tax-free to provide and use her own equipment. This also means she will no longer receive network resource access or printing capabilities, as we don't let non-college owned devices on the network. It also means we no longer have to support her. Additionally, if she doesn't provide the college with proof that she used that money to purchase a new computer within 3 months of receiving the funds, it's taxed as a bonus. Everyone in my department agrees that $300 to get her to F off is money well spent. So, let me get this straight, and please correct me if I'm wrong. She has been given a grant to be able to use her own equipment. However, this equipment will not be able to connect to the network, which I'm assuming is the intranet. So, when she plugs her new laptop in, it's basically going to be useless outside of public Wi-Fi or the access that students have, like on their computers and phones. If that's true, that means that this woman is probably gonna flip her lid. Printer won't turn on. Have you turned it on? So this just happened. Me will be me, user, well, you know the drill. Hi, it's user from company. I'm having some issues with the printer and I can't seem to get it to work. I've tried all the usual steps. Okay, well, what have you tried so far? I've made sure all the cables are plugged in, I removed and put the cables back, I turned off the main power switch from the wall and turned it back on, but the printer won't come to life. It has the green little light at the back where the power cable is to say that it's ready, but the display screen doesn't want to come on. Have you pressed the power button? Where's that? I can't seem to find it. I proceed to check the model online for pictures to see where the button is. On the front, bottom left, audible facepalm. It's gonna be one of those days. I can feel it. Thanks for your help. Not a problem. Have a great day. Click. Ah, another satisfied customer. This'll be a good day. We broke her laptop. This is an old one, but as of some time ago, I can just recall the highlights. I used to work in the first level tech support line of a big name internet provider company here in Germany. There are so many stories. One of the more memorable ones is about an elderly lady who called us because her internet didn't work, but her landline, which was also from us, did. Now, if someone of a certain age is calling us, the first challenge is to find out what the problem is. Not what caused it, but what is currently wrong. So her internet is not working, and she asked if we can send one of our technicians out. Sadly, I can't put in a ticket for a technician in our system without asking the usual questions first. How's the modem? Did you switch it off and on again? And all the other annoying questions everyone complains about. As with most customers we have, she didn't care to answer the questions and asked if I can just send out a technician because her internet isn't working and that's what she's paying us for. And if I can't do it, maybe she should call the other big company name everyone in Germany knows in bright pink and become a customer there. In the meantime, I got a read of the modem and the line and everything seemed fine and dandy. Also, as I said, she could still call us over our landline, and suddenly she dropped the bomb. My laptop screen is still black. Again, we are an internet provider, we don't sell laptops or anything, so I asked again. So it's not your internet, but your laptop screen is black? Yes, it's black, because my internet doesn't work, and you are my internet provider. It's your fault, and you need to send a technician out to fix it. I can send a technician out if you want, but in this case we'd need to charge you for it. We only provide our technicians for free if our wire is broken. Well, it doesn't work, and I'm not paying for it. You are providing my internet, and as the screen is black, because of your internet, this is the reason why it's black. I'm sorry, but that's not the reason why it's black. Clearly the internet is working as we're both talking with each other. That means there's a signal. I sadly can't support you for your black screen and recommend that you should bring your laptop to a repair shop. Well, I will not bring my laptop again to a repair shop. I just brought it to one last week. I really should become a customer of the company in bright pink and with that catchy tune. They would send me a technician. Ma'am, you can do that. But I'm being honest with you now. You saying that our service is responsible for your black screen is like pointing at the street and blaming it for your car not starting. You told me now that you already had a problem in the past with your laptop, and I'm sorry, but again, your internet has nothing to do with it. If I send you out a technician, he will bill you. The end result was that we ended the call and me having talked 25 minutes about a problem with our service, which was not a problem. I'm willing to bet that this woman just didn't have the laptop plugged in. Probably thought the Wi-Fi would magically charge her laptop too. And I don't want to be mean about old people or anything, because I friggin' loved a lot of them, but if you don't understand the basics of how these things work, then you need to ask for help. I know at least where I live, libraries offer computer classes for anyone willing to learn, and I've spoken with people before in their 80s who get on just fine with technology. It's really not an age thing, it's just a learning thing. User buys a new phone and demands I set it up even though I'm on vacation. I am the only IT support for a small company of 35 people, so my job ranges from unlocking accounts to managing multiple networks. Leading up to my vacation that started right after work on Friday, I sent out 2 different emails to the whole company telling them I would be on vacation and only available for emergencies, and please keep everything else until I return. 3 hours after I get home and start my vacation plans, I get a call from one of the vice presidents. He had just bought a new phone on a whim and needed it set up with email and multi-factor authentication for applications we require it on. He needs this all done before Saturday afternoon because he has work that absolutely has to be done and he doesn't have his old phone anymore, so he can't use that until I get back. Last time we set this up for him, it took close to 3 hours because he refused to follow the directions I sent out and was mad I couldn't just remote into his phone and do it for him. I told him I'd send him the instructions as soon as I could get to a computer. I sent him the instructions again, while very drunk, at 3 in the morning, and he began texting immediately asking for more help. I fell asleep and woke up to texts ranging from 3 until 8 asking for help because he couldn't figure out my instructions. So now I've been talking to him for over 2 hours and loving this vacation. At what point am I allowed to start taking violent action? I'd say you're probably about there. They are stealing my computer's cookies. Short and sweet. I'm a web developer and IT for a small marketing agency. One of our project managers called me up very concerned about her MacBook. You see, several websites she had visited were asking for permission to take her computer's cookies. I know they were getting permission to store a cookie, not take one, but this is how she read it. She was concerned about her computer running out of cookies, so she had baked some home and bought a plate to work, but wasn't sure how to get them into her system. After realising she was dead serious, I held back my laughter and explained what cookies were. Thankfully, she had not tried to actually insert a chocolate chip cookie into her MacBook. I'm not sure AppleCare would cover that one. I couldn't stop laughing for several minutes after that call. They were good cookies though. Aw, that's probably one of the cutest things I've ever read. Okay, so that's all for r/TalesFromTechSupport. I really hope you did enjoy it. As always, if you do want to see more content like this, then please do subscribe. My Twitter, Discord and Patreon links are in the description, and any support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching.